Hey, dear friends. So, another take on the pathway between the shadow, the gift, and the city that is so beautifully described in the Gene Keys, and taking the 64th Gene Key as an example that goes from the shadow of confusion to the city of illumination through the gift of imagination. These dynamics speak to the yearning inside the human heart for truth and transcendence. Um, Transcendence from the lower frequencies and the shadows and the illusions and the stories that we fill the world with, that we make our world from most of the time, and certainly co-creatively at this level of human history, which is in evolution, of course, and wherein we find a lot of strife and suffering and ignorance. So, so this yearning inside the heart, inside the soul, or the deepest part of our awareness and consciousness is to embody what we really are, to be home, to have that sense of deep communion and connection. It's not just familiarity, it's the recognition of what truly is. And so confusion can come as this perception of the play of the ego, of the play of the normal mind, the personality that we believe we are, right? All of my inner psychic dynamics and workings and beliefs and memories and thoughts and urges and all these other things, all these stories that I tell myself about who I am in this life, right? And that I believe and that I identify with. So all of these identifications, I mean, it depends on the nuance, of course, of our individuality and of our character, but it's pretty darn tootin' confused if you really look at it, right? There's a lot of incoherence in that. And the incoherence is from basically conflicting perspectives inside of what we may have forgotten, but that we still remember deep down, and then what we believe to be true. And so we could look at confusion as being simply, yes, a pretty muddy pool, a pretty muddy pool in the forest, right, in the prairie, in whatever landscape, you wish to place it in. And this muddy pool of confusion is just the ordinary, so to speak, low frequency self, creation of the self called the ego, which is full of shadows, trying to find itself, but you can't see clearly in the shadows. And of course there's a spectrum of shadows. There's like the really, really, really dark, deep, complete, obscure shadow, and then there's the lighter tones. And there's beauty in that as well, one could say, especially if we contextualize it within a wider framework, which is where now, when we have this inner pause, which can only happen in the present moment. So remember that always, always, always. The muddiness, the turbulence within this pool really has to do with the operation of a mind that is, either lost in thought of what happened or what's going to happen. It's not here. Now, that doesn't mean that we can't, plan stuff and that we can't cherish beautiful memories. It's just that if we're being driven unconsciously or subconsciously or even semi-consciously by these things, we're never going to be able to rest. And if we can't rest, we can't relax. And we can't ground and connect, right? Because we need to have that, that tranquil, firm, and yet soft base of our own being in the present moment, which is always here. So when we do that, and so look at this turbulent pool, what's going to happen is magical. Because imagination is going to dawn. Imagination is the eye. I said this before in my other video about the 64th Gene Key. It's the eye of the yearning of the heart, of who you truly are, who I truly am, and of the remembering of that sacred mirror that can actually see itself and see, what is possible, see all the potential within the present moment, and create beauty through that. Imagination is beautiful, and we all have it. We all have it. It's wild. It's untethered. It's free. It's pure. It's innocent. It's like the sky, So you have this opening up in the present moment. The sky that is also the ground. It's like this cosmic connection, between the yin and the yang, that beautiful embrace of what is above and what is below. And through that illumination is what happens. And it's not a mental process. It's something that really, really dawns from every part of your being, and that enables you to recognize that you are everything, that you are everywhere. Not the little you, not the little me. We have this, human suit that, these skin boundaries at this certain level of existence and incarnation. And there's also so much more to us. Like, this is just like the part of the iceberg that you can see, when you look outwards. When you look inwards, it's like, whoa. Then when I begin, and the more I look inwards, the more I see into everything with the eyes of the heart. And those eyes are, it's forgiveness, it's compassion, it's joy, it's fun. Joy is fun. It's silence, it's spacious, it's boundless, it's healing, peaceful. It's going to make pretty groovy, cool, wonderful, warming waves for ourselves and those around us. And therefore help to evolve this world that we live in, that seems, depending on where or how we look and through what or whom we are looking, pretty messed up. But that's the confusion of the collective ego. Pay no heed that it's not the big picture. It's not what it really is. It's just like a tiny little, muddy, turbulent pool in the cosmic forest. So, wanted to share that, and I don't know if we're still in this 64th Gene Key or not. I'll check. It doesn't matter. It's always right now, right? It's just this calendar is a nice opportunity to focus on the different gene keys, and whether they're in your profile or not doesn't matter either. I mean, it's not that the profile doesn't have a legitimacy. Of course it does. It's just that it's also a play for the human mind to try to kind of get it to contain itself so that you can see through deeper, more deeply, right? Because all of the keys are inside of us, all of them, and much, much more than the gene keys as well. We're infinite beings, so the genetics is just a part of it. Anyway, that's my take for today, and yeah, I hope it speaks to your soul. I hope it helps to calm the mind, your mind, and to, yeah, just share in this collective dawning of the inner eye. Yeah, with all my love. Bye bye.